We have some pumpkins in our backyard now, Jeremy, as well.
That sounds like some lovely fall festivities, and we certainly do, thanks to Roba's Farm. We now have pumpkins beautifully decorating our entire backyard. Thank you so much, Robas. They were here earlier today between 4 and 6, and they decorated our backyard just beautifully. I'll end it over there so you can see the wonderful installation they have on the other side of the backyard weathershed. But we are dealing with a really significant storm, and I do want to talk about it. Hurricane Milton just an hour away or so from making landfall there in Florida. Right now, Tampa under an extreme wind warning, meaning they are going to see sustained winds at 115 miles per hour. It's going to act almost like a tornado. We saw tons of tornado warnings across the peninsula of Florida today. We're talking EF2, EF3 possible tornadoes, not just the normal spin-ups that you see within hurricanes. These are real huge tornadoes causing lots of damage within these storms. This is the 6-hour radar loop. All of these storms severe in nature, and we've had already 23 confirmed tornadoes out of Milton, and I'm sure there's more to come. I want to give you a closer look at the eye, just 20 miles away from making landfall. You look at the center of the eye to determine exactly when a system makes landfall in the tropics, and it looks like it'll make landfall within the next hour or so, just 20 miles away right now from Venice. And right now a Category 3 hurricane with maximum sustained winds at 120 miles per hour, and this is what's crazy about it, folks. It's going to continue to remain hurricane status across the entire peninsula from coast to coast. Category 3, but by the time it makes it to the west coast, probably a Category 1 hurricane with winds over 74 miles per hour. And we're talking impacts here of storm surge. With this storm, as it moves counterclockwise, shoving water onto land, and anywhere south of Tampa to Cape Coral, we're talking catastrophic storm surge up to 12 feet, if not 13 feet. Record storm surge just south of Tampa Bay. And not to mention in Tampa Bay, they could see 9 feet of storm surge. And once it exits off the peninsula, still spinning counterclockwise, it'll cause storm surge there on the western coast of Florida. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with storm surge, it's caused by the force of the winds from these hurricanes pushing and shoving the water on land, and 3 to 6 feet of storm surge can cause damage in your house. But look at how much 12 feet can cause on the second level, possibly going over the roof of some houses there in Florida. This is going to be catastrophic for the peninsula, and we're talking anywhere from 5 to maybe 12 inches of rain just to the north of Tampa Bay. But closer to home, we had a beautiful fall day. This is a live look right now at Pottsville, and of course we're still celebrating Halloween as we're just 22 days away, with a beautiful photo coming in from Lee. A great string of letters there you have telling us the sentiment for the season. Happy Halloween to you too. Temperatures today in the 60s, 67 for Williamsport, 2 degrees below the average for Avoca, 64 here. And we got some lake effect sprinkles coming into the northern tier directly off of Erie and Ontario. And we're going to continue to see these over the next hour or so. We're not talking any downpours, but maybe a sprinkle for those of you in Potter and Tioga counties out through Bradford and Susquehanna too. Continues its way towards the south and east, and by midnight we're wrapped up with those sprinkles. Hardly, I'd say 80% of you are going to remain dry for the next few hours, but some of you will see a sprinkle. By tomorrow morning, still hanging on to the clouds in the northern tier, but seeing some sun for the southern tier. By 1 o'clock, we all see that beautiful sunshine, but we will not warm up. Tomorrow, temperatures only in the 50s. Tonight, 42 will be the low, partly cloudy skies, sunrise at 7:09. And we do have a frost advisory in effect for Potter, Tioga, northern Clinton, Lycoming, and Sullivan counties, because we could see temperatures at or near the freezing mark. With wind gusts tomorrow anywhere from 15 to 30 miles per hour, it will feel like 32 degrees tomorrow morning in Towanda, Mashopin, too. Forest City below the freezing mark as the feels like temperature. And look at what we warm up to. Feeling like just 41 in Montrose by the warmest time of the day, feeling like 50 here in Scranton. Of course, on the thermometer, a few degrees warmer, will be 56, but with those breezes, it'll feel a little bit cooler. Warming up nicely for this upcoming weekend for fall activities. By Saturday, temperatures in the 70s, and then we level off back down to the 50s for this upcoming third week of October, Scott.
There we go, October in full force.
In full force, and we have our decorations in full force in the backyard too, thanks to Robas.
Well, that makes me feel better about everything.
Yep.
See you tonight, Jeremy.
Sounds good.